The first 2009 Technical Achievement Award is presented to Dr. John S. Bay.
Thank you very much. This is really a great honor. I'm usually kind of hard on myself, and I don't like to volunteer for things like this, so I had some people twist my arm, and once they told me what the subject was, I thought, somebody's got to do this, because, as I say, I'm usually kind of tough on work that I've done in the past, and when I was at DARPA, we used to have a workshop every year, and it was at Woods Hole up on Cape Cod. And I think it was one of the philosophy was of the sophist sort, where, if you're in a bucolic setting and you're in a group of people who are very smart and you're looking over the ocean, you tend to think profound things just because that's where you are. And so I was with a group of people where we're looking over the lobster pots and the fishing boats and thinking mostly how hungry we were. Right? So, and somebody said, I move from subject area to subject area. And I said, I do the same thing. And he says, but it's all been good stuff. And I thought, no, it's all been crap. That's the reason I moved from. If it was good stuff, I would have stayed with it all the time. But when I was at DARPA, I ran across model-based computing, model-based design. In fact, it was the first day. I had never heard of it before, and my mentor there, Janos Stepanovic from Vanderbilt University, said, oh, by the way, here are your travel orders. You're going to New Orleans tomorrow. This is a new program that you're going to run. I thought, well, okay, welcome to DARPA for me. Right? But it really caught on. I had a great team of people, and this was a program that people wanted to join and work on. We had Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing, and Northrop Grumman all together without any contractual relationship working on the same program for the same purpose. That's an amazing thing. And after the program was over and we didn't have any more money, they actually paid to keep working on it. They contributed $250,000 a year just so they could keep their organization to keep going. So it became a kind of a way of life, which is maybe that's one of the geekier things I've ever said, and that's sort of a high bar to set, right? But it works. We actually applied it, and unlike some of the previous projects that I had done that I ended up thinking were rubbish, it worked. And one day we got a phone call from the Pentagon. He was from the Deputy Undersecretary of Defense for Science and Technology, and said, we need your help. And that was back in 2002, and the F-22 at that time was still in development, and they had a problem that the mission avionics was, well, those of us in the computer area know the term as crashing. It was crashing every 20 minutes, but now in the Air Force, we don't use that term, so what they said was the mean time between instability events was 20 minutes. And so they said, we need your help. And we went and we talked to the team, and they laid out the system for us. And we put a group of people from the program on it, and within 4 months, we got the mean time between instability events up to 6 hours. And we got another phone call and said, the Secretary of the Air Force wants to see you. And so my core group of 8 or 10 people went to the Pentagon, went to Secretary Rumsfeld's personal reception room. He wasn't there, but it's a very nice reception room. He served sushi, oddly enough. You wouldn't think, right? The Secretary of the Air Force was there. The Chief of Staff of the Air Force was there, 4-star. The Undersecretary for Acquisition was there. More 2-star generals and 3-star generals than I thought existed. I didn't even work for the Air Force, so that's how I was still impressed. And when there was a knock at the door, and in comes Lester Stevens, the CEO of Lockheed Martin, where the F-22 was made. And I came out of that meeting thinking, oh, I finally found something that works. This is going to catch on. This really is good stuff. So I'm very pleased to receive the recognition. I do feel that it's a team effort. It's a very large team. People from government, universities. It was an interesting combination of industry and university cooperation in that program. But I am very happy that it's getting the recognition that I think it deserves. And so thank you to the Computer Society Technical Awards Committee. Thank you to Janos Stepanovic for turning me on to this. And I want to thank my beautiful wife, Judy, of how many years? 23 years. So. So Ms. Lind, thank you very much, and everybody. I do appreciate it.